All right. Before we get started, I just wanted to, there was originally going to be another entrant from the old nation of Italy named Gardas. He unfortunately couldn't make it, but he had a message to you guys and to everyone. To all my speed friends, I was supposed to race with you, but I really couldn't make it, despite trying hard 2 times. I really wanted to be with you today, but sometimes bad things happen. This is not over, though. I will fix everything and will be there once again for AGDQ 2019. Good luck in the race from your favorite Spaghetti Mon. Yeah, we miss you, man. All right, but here we have Endy and Angry Lynx going at Chippendale. Endy with a 954, and Lynx with a 959, is it? Okay, 959. So, yep, if you guys are all set, we'll get started with the countdown. Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so actually, believe it or not, this first screen is one of the most kind of hectic in the game, or at least kind of the scariest, just because you take a couple damage boosts, and yet there's no checkpoint until the second area. These vertical sections are very important. You can see, actually, Lynx lost a bit of time there. And those actually, because for all the kind of just straight right, straight left motion there is throughout this game, when you're taking these vertical sections, you can speed it up or slow it down a lot, just depending on how quickly you're mashing these jumps. So you can see that there's these damage boosts coming up. If they did not take that damage, they'd have to hesitate for a moment, just because there's no way to otherwise get around these sparks and mice. So they're down to 1 heart now, but they did get through the very first room. Otherwise, it's not too bad in this stage until the final boss. You have to do a little puzzle. Oh, Endy executed the puzzle. And Lynx right behind him with the puzzle. So they're coming into this final boss, or the stage 1 boss. It's pretty simple. The stage 1 boss, they really just need to get in 5 hits while dodging the electric. You can always kind of work your way into reacting to not take a hit. There are 8 stages total in an any percent run. In stage 2, one of the big concerns is the bees coming up. They're, I guess, like hornets. There's a bit of luck to when they spawn, but you can control them to some degree, and also you can usually react. A worst case scenario, you may need to slow down just a little bit. Before that, they're going to be kind of working with these faucets. They need to jump up and down on them, and if for the ones on the actual level along the ledge, they can actually just walk off and back on them to save a bit of time there. But that's just one more kind of instance where just kind of tap and jump as quickly as possible can save you some time. So far, the Hornet luck isn't so bad. Endy kind of got a dangerous spawn there, but he knew how to react. Lynx got a very similar one. So, yeah, heading into the stage 2 boss, which is actually one of the biggest time savers. Now, there are 4 different places where this boss can appear. Ideally, the worst case is he's up at the top, which Endy got. Best case is it's one of the bottom 2, and all right. So Endy gets a decent kill, and Lynx is right behind, and he gets the kill off screen, so you don't even see the boss come back. So Lynx made just a bit of time up there on Endy, and he'll continue to need to make up that time. In stage 3. A big part of it is just kind of taking damage boosts off of these jack-in-the-boxes. You can save a bit of time there. I wonder. Okay, so they're both safing it out there, and it's just kind of taking damage off of them. Also, at the end of this screen is pretty safe, the one that Endy's on now. But towards the end, there's some dangerous maneuvers and damage boosts. In order to kind of take damages as optimally as possible. So you'll see here that Endy hits the on switch and then takes that damage. And Lynx, I'm sure, will be doing it very soon as well. Yep, and then followed up by a quick damage boost on the Jack-in-the-Box. So Lynx is right there as well. So we're not actually far off from the stage 3 boss already. What we're hoping for here is for the boss to come out of the wall as far as possible so that you can just constantly damage him with that ball. If he's closer to the edge of the screen, which he just did to Endy, then Andy has to play it so safe because he only has one hit left, and he's getting some garbage luck. Lynx didn't get some great luck himself, but he was able to dodge the balls, so he definitely saved some time there on Andy. So Lynx made up quite a bit of time there. That was stage 3. We're coming up in stage 4, which for me is one of my most fearful stages in the game. You can take damage boosts if you want. It's up to the players. It gets pretty risky. Andy unfortunately did not get that one. He gets boosted in the wrong direction. Lynx getting hit by the same thing. The rest of the screen is pretty simple, but then the next screen can be optimized quite a bit. So what they're going to be trying to do is they want to jump as high as possible all the time so that they can scroll the next kind of platform out or onto the screen earlier. So that, oh no, Lynx takes a death there. Yeah, it's very difficult. If you miss one jump, you can very easily just die. There's no boss to this screen, to this stage, so Andy's moving right along. Lynx not far behind. Unfortunately, that death did cost him quite a bit of time. Stage 5 is, truthfully, probably the simplest stage in the game. And actually, now would be a great time for donations if we have any.
We definitely do. I've got $15 from Boney, who says, Chip and Dale, I used to play that a lot with my siblings when we were small. So much nostalgia. Let's put the money towards this special N64 quote-unquote game. I've got $100 from Fesh, who says, hello, everybody. So glad to see HDQ again, one more year. One of the very best gaming events of all time. Love from Argentina. Love right back at you from the USA.
We can fit in a couple more.
Okay. We've got $200 from Amphibicopter. Yo, we are naming that horse Buddy because that's my buddy. Dying of sweat over here in Tokyo. Thanks for the games.
All right, thank you so much. So coming up on the stage 5 boss, it's pretty simple. It's just going to be this kind of cat boss. But as long as you position yourself just right, as Andy has done, you won't get hit by anything. It's really the simplest boss in the game. So Lynx coming up close behind. Now in stage 6 is another very, very hectic level. It's really kind of the even-numbered stages in this game, which are the hardest. Stage 6 is very hard. At the start, it's just kind of a sequence of type platforming as well as just crabs and enemies that are in your way. But really the kind of meat and potatoes of this stage is the vertical section that comes on early on. It's not only, like, I talked a little bit in stage 1 about how vertical sections you can save and lose so much time on it, but that's especially true here because not only are you trying to do these very precise A pushes to jump rapidly, you're also dodging things left and right, picking up boxes, but that was honestly an insane vertical section from Andy. Nice job, Andy. Lynx about to execute it as well. I'm really honestly watching Lynx's screen right now because there's a little slip up there, unfortunately. It's just like there's so many button inputs in a row there, but nice job from Lynx as well. Fortunately, they get a bit of respite here. There's no boss in stage 6, so they can move right on to stage 7. Stage 7 is interesting because so I run the co-op, just to briefly say, I run the co-op run of this game, or I used to, and the main points where this co-op run saves time is here in stage 7 and a bit in stage 2. The reason is because of the fans here. You can see that one player just has to kind of walk slowly against a fan. I think there's 3 of them in the stage. And whereas in a 2-player run, you can actually use death abuse quite a bit in order to save some time and just kind of scroll past the fans. It's really interesting, and this is a great co-op game if anyone's looking to just kind of look for a fun co-op speedrun. But yeah, otherwise stage 7 is pretty simple. You can't jump over those, I guess, pelicans. So what you can do is just kind of damage boost off of them when you need to, unless you can throw a box at them, which they've done quite well. It's also the second appearance of Zipper, this fly here. I hope if any of you used to watch the cartoon, Disney Afternoon, am I right, folks? That Zipper makes his appearance. You also saw Monterey Jack and Gadget, and you'll be seeing the final villain, you know his name, coming up here. This boss is a lot of fun, and you can save or lose a lot of time. So Andy gets the quick kill there. What you really want to do for that boss is make sure that after he walks off the right side of the screen, you start damaging him 3 times on the left side, and then okay. So Lynx gets the first piece as well, and then he follows it up with two hits. Nice job. Stage 8, I would say the hardest in the game. It is just full of enemies, and the music agrees with me because that's some badass music. So there is just kind of constant ongoing stuff, especially in the second area where there's these axe boosts coming up. There's a lot of damage boosts, and you need to do them so carefully. Actually, it's the kind of the biggest mistake that Andy made in his world record. But if you do these just right, you can kind of skip through a couple of them to save quite a bit of time, and Andy executes it really well. But that means that he only has 1 heart left for a little bit here. So let's watch Lynx kind of executing these axe damage boosts. Gets the first one, and now he's looking to get the second one. He gets that as well. Nice job. So Andy already coming up on the final boss here. He has 2 hearts to work with. Fat Cat can get, you can get unlucky at Fat Cat where he kind of throws his cigar ash down on you a couple times, but we're hoping that he only does that at most once. But Andy gets solid luck. That's the time for Andy. Nice job. Lynx following it up as well. He as well has a 1 heart worth of safety to work with if he needs to. Let's see how Fat Cat deals with him. Oh no. Oh, and Lynx unfortunately takes a death. Has to restart. Fat Cat has all the more health to work with. Getting that wall power up. Nice. Lynx finishes as well. All right, guys. I got some killer times to report for you here. Andy with a 10:05 and Lynx with a 10:31. Nice job to both of you. Again, like a while ago, sub 10 was just like the goal, and it's so awesome that these guys were able to pull off such great runs. Andy with so close to a 10 actually. Yeah, really solid run, guys. Really great race. All right.